We are on Jazz Street with Mr. Stefon Harris. Stefon, welcome back to Rochester.
It's always a pleasure to be back. Thanks for having me.
So let's take us back to 1991, the ultimate ice storm, and you were here as a student at Eastman. Talk about your time when you were living on 26 Gibb Street.
Well, first of all, I absolutely love my time here, except for that ice storm. My sister actually has a degree from U of R, so I had family here in town when I came to school, and I just absolutely loved it. I felt like I learned so much in my first year here that has carried with me. It stayed with me throughout my entire career, and I absolutely love it.
Speaking with Stefon Harris, Stefon, talk about some of the folks that you went to school with during that time that you remember.
Well, we were just talking about Bob Snyder, right? Carolyn Linhart, a great vocalist, was here. Man, there's probably so many. How many years ago was that now?
A couple.
No, I mean, it was, I remember a really brilliant piano player named Tamira Hendelman, who now plays with John Clayton. He was one of the people who really first got me started playing jazz, because when I was here, I was a classical music major, and I hadn't really heard Charlie Parker and Joe Henderson, and he would sit me down and show me records and show me how to start to voice things on the piano, and so he was a big influence. It all happened right here inside of this building here at Eastman.
Speaking with Stefon Harris, Stefon, talk about your brand new album with Blackout.
Well, the album is called Sonic Creed, and we are incredibly proud of this album. It's my brother standing right here, the great Mark Carey. This is an album that is all about documenting the world as we see it. We pay tributes to our elders and our ancestors, but we do it in a way that we know that they would be proud of. So we celebrate family, and we do it in a way that sounds like our real life experience in the way that the music is supposed to be. So we absolutely love it. It's been an amazing journey. It was #1 in jazz radio for 8 weeks straight. I think it was on the top 10 for 18 weeks straight. Yeah.
Stefon, that being said, our music is part of our legacy as African Americans. But with jazz, it seems like we're trying to, I don't know, I wouldn't say there's a gap, but somehow there seems to be a challenge in trying to make sure that just not jazz, but all sorts of our music, whether it be blues, soul, seems like we're having a challenge reaching to the next generation. So how do we do just that?
Well, part of it is to understand the purpose of art in our society. Art is ultimately a platform for telling the stories of our communities. So what happens once the music gets institutionalized, a lot of times we get caught in the past and the mechanics of the art, and we forget the purpose. So if we are not out here creating music that is a reflection of our communities won't see themselves in our music, and they won't have a sense of connection to what it is that we create. And that's not the community's fault. It's our job as artists to be humble and to be servants of our community. So once we start to refocus and make sure that we play this music and create this music with the proper cultural competencies, I have every confidence that the people will continue to love it because they will see themselves in the art that we create.
That being said, Stefon, who's going to be in your band tonight?
I have the most brilliant pianist on the planet, my brother Mark Carey, my main man on drums, Terry Gully. 20 years straight we've been working together. On bass, the one and only, the great Ben Williams. And I have this brilliant, brilliant young saxophonist named Morgan Guerin from New Orleans. Plays saxophone and iwi, just an incredibly gifted young man. And I'm really honored to have him on the bandstand, because I guess I've reached that middle age where I'm about that age. When I was Morgan's age, I was playing with Wynton, and Wynton was my age. So we're at that point now where we're trying to make sure to uplift the next generation as well.
And you can see that happen tonight, 6 and 9 o'clock at Kilbourne Hall. Welcome back to town, Stefon.
All right, thank you, my brother. Be well.